Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning con call. We start with technical and derivatives outlook. So yesterday we saw that there was a further correction in the market. Nifty was down by 264 points, and we closed below the 19,000 level. So during the day, the low was 18,837 level, and the recovery was close to 18,857. So net if we see that there is a clear cut breakdown in the Nifty. We broke initially 19,500, 19,200. These were the support levels which index broke, and eventually in yesterday's session we also broke the 19,000 level. So definitely sentiment wise, that it's a negative bias. We have broken the 50-day moving average, which was at 19,600. So, as mentioned earlier, below 50-day, one has to look at the 200-day moving average, which is at 18,600 level. So, more or less, I think the market will come sometime close to this level, 18,600, and then we might see some support. So, but it's too early to comment whether the market will take support at this level or not. But definitely, whenever the market comes close to 18,800, 18,600, we will have the stock specific view, and we will share the stocks which we can buy at those levels. The coming to the Bank Nifty was also for the last 2 days it has seen a breakdown, and Bank Nifty has broken the 200-day moving average. So Bank Nifty is negatively poised, and somewhere I believe this Bank Nifty can uh, go back to the 40,000 level is what I think. On the way up, the value of this 200-day moving average, which is at 43,184, will act as a resistance. So net the bias sentiment and the bias is negative. We are looking for the supports, but then bottom fishing is not advisable at current level. We'll keep a watch. We'll have a wait and watch strategy for at least 1 or 2 more trading session. 18,800 was the level when earlier the Nifty has taken the support. So now today, maybe there can be some bounce can be seen in the market, but we need a very strong close to see some reversals. So today there can be a bounce, but whether this bounce will sustain on the higher level is it's difficult to say. Uh, the, since the expiry was not very great, so I think there can be once we see some 1 or 2 days kind of a bounce, then again there can be decline in the market. So we'll maintain a cautious view. Only if there is any good proper confirmation, then we'll take the directional view. And I would say it again that whenever it comes to the support level, we'll suggest the short to medium term ideas which can be bought at those levels. Now coming to the derivatives report, so there was a uh, like in a Nifty future, Nifty yesterday there was a expiry. The rollover of the Nifty future was 83%, and the previously the Nifty rollover was 76%. So it was a positive rollover by 7%. In yesterday's session, there was a short built up to the tune of 14.16%, and the PCR data has slightly increased from 0.67 to 0.72 levels. The major writing is now seen at 19,000 strike price. So this is the resistance, and call writing is seen as 18. Put writing is seen at 18,800. So this is the support. Bank Nifty. So even the Bank Nifty has seen a short build up to the tune of 17.79%. The rollover for the Bank Nifty was 79%, and the previous rollover was 86%. So the rollover for the Bank Nifty was below average, and the put call ratio has slightly increased from 0.51 to 0.73 levels. If you talk of the call writing, 42,500 and 43,000 is a strike price where the call writing is seen. So this is going to act as a resistance. Lowest at 42,200 and 42,000. So this is going to act as a support. Few data from the yesterday's rollover was we have seen a good amount of healthy rollovers in the stocks like SBI Cards, Adani Ports, PI Industries, Ambuja Cement, and Alchem. Whereas if you see the sector-wise, there was nothing like we didn't see any long build-ups, but there was a short covering was seen in the retail space and auto, and the stocks like Adani Port, MCX, Page Industries, Trend, and Aditya Birla Fashion. So in this we are seeing a short covering. Whereas there was few short build-ups were seen in in the rollover this thing, where stocks like Indigo, banking stocks, Siemens, Indian Hotels, and Bank Nifty. So these were the few specific categories where we are seeing a short build-up for the next series. So we need to keep a watch on this accordingly. The bias is cautious. There's a chances that we maybe after today's breather, we may see 18,800 level. Yeah, we might break and we might come close to those levels. So we'll keep a wait and watch strategy for the next couple of days, and then we'll review it later. So that's the technical view. I'll hand it to Archana madam for more research updates. Thank you.
Thank you, Brijesh. Good morning, team. So, few updates from my side, starting with Colgate Palmolive. The company has registered 22% YY growth in profit at 340 crores for this Q2 FY24. And this was driven by the strong and better than expected EBITDA margins driven by the pricing and efficiencies. The revenue from operations grew by 6% YOY at 1,470 crores for the quarter, and the board has declared the first interim dividend of 22 rupees per share for this current fiscal. Next is on Shriram Finance. The company reported improvement in net interest margin led by the rise in yields as against the stable cost of funds. The AUM growth improved by 19.7% YOY to 18 versus 18.6% YOY, led by the growth in passenger vehicle and MSME segments. The management has revised the guidance to 18 to 20% versus 15% AUM growth for FY24, backed by the MSME segment. We maintain buy rating on the stock with a target price of 2230. Next is on Lemon Tree Hotels. The company has signed a license agreement for a 50-room property in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh, under the brand Red Fox Hotels. The hotels is expected to be operational by FY26. Now, this is in line with the management guidance of adding the inventory in a linear mode through management contract and licenses, so that will boost the EBITDA margin going ahead. So this bodes pretty well for the company's earning growth in future. We have positive outlook on hospitality per se and the organized players like Lemon Tree, Chalet Hotels, and Indian Hotels. Next update is on Dixon Technologies. The company has recorded 47% YY growth in profit at 113 crore for this Q2 FY24, while the revenue from operations rose by almost 28% YY to 4,940 crores. EBITDA went up by 37% to 200 crore during the same period. Now coming to Home First Finance, the company has recorded nearly 37% YY growth in profit at 74 crores for this quarter. The disbursement grew by almost 37% YY to 960 crores, and the total income increased by 47% same quarter last year to 278 crore. There's a news on Infosys. The company has signed a 5-year collaboration with automotive company Smart Europe to refine its direct-to-consumer business model in Europe. Under the deal, the Infosys will work with the Smart Europe company to provide the enhanced customer experience, data-driven personalization, and the engagement for the existing model Smart One, the newly announced Smart 3, and the other upcoming all-electric models. We believe this is a positive development on the company's front. And lastly, on Somani Ceramic, the company has announced buyback of shares at 850 per piece and has kept aside rupees 125 crore for this buyback. This is roughly 4.4% of the outstanding equity and 28% premium to the yesterday's closing price of 660 rupees. We believe this is an attempt from the management side to gain the investor confidence. But if you look at the overall operations of the company has been underperforming compared to the organized peers like Kajaria. So we are not too gung-ho on this overall, the buyback and the company's financial earnings going ahead. We'll take a call post this Q2 earnings and the management commentary. Till that time, we are, kind of sideways on Somani Ceramic. So that's it from my side. I hand it over to Hitendra for further research updates. Thank you. Now to Hitendra.
Thank you, ma'am, and good morning, everyone. Continuing further updates, starting with Canara Bank. Canara Bank reported their earnings. The net growth was at 43%, that is net profit at 3606 crores versus 2525 crores in the same quarter last year. And as expanded by 20 odd percentage to 8,903 crore from 7,433 crores. Secondly, Indus Tower is looking for a plan from Vodafone Idea for the time-bound plan for the repayment of the telecom company's dues, which are pending dues of the VI side. The executives also said they are also keeping a close eye on the VI's fund-raising plan, which have been in works for the several quarters. Adani Enterprises seeking to raise of $4 billion to help manufacturing plants that would produce low-cost green hydrogen, according to the sources. People familiar with Adani New Industries, a wholly owned subsidiary of Adani Enterprise, will raise the money from domestic and international banks in the early stage of talk with several lenders. For Bajaj Hindustan Sugar, the NCLT has allowed the withdrawal of the insolvency plea against Bajaj Hindustan by the SBI, an astounding amount to be paid by the sugar manufacturer. The SBI had also moved an application before the Allahabad bench of the NCLT, informing that the outstanding amount has been paid by the corporate debtor. Aditya Birla AMC reported a 7% decline in net profit to 178 crores in the September quarter. The AMC had posted a profit of 191 crores in the same year last year. The company's also revenue operation rose 8% to 385 crores from 311 crores. Westlife Food also reported their earnings were reported 29% decline in consolidated net profit to 23 odd crores from the second quarter due to a challenging market condition. Company posted a 31 crore same profit last year. Westlife manages the subsidiary Hardcastle restaurants in the master franchisee. But Indian Bank also gave a consent to raise 4,000 crore through QIP placement during the current financial year, and they also reported the earnings reported of 62% growth in net profit and 188 crore for the July-September quarter from 1,225 crore in the same quarter last year. Vodafone Idea also reported their earnings and losses varied from 8 to 8,737 crore for the September quarter from 7,595 crore, and owing to high interest costs and finance, and despite a revenue and large number of 4G subscribers also reducing, the company also reported revenue of 10,760 crore for the period from 650 crore. The EBITDA margin was up from 40 odd percentage from 38.6. PTC India will divest 100% equity stake in PTC Energy to the state-owned firm ONGC for the enterprise value of 2,021 crore. The company said it has also invited bids for the 100% equity stake in PTC Energy. ONGC has acquired a successful manner. Next news update is on NLC India. NLC India also reported that the revenue was down to double-digit so the EBITDA was down to 29% to 4.5%. The balance and the margin also shrink by 5% from 34% to 8%. Reported PAT also was 160. PAT was up by 160%. Sorry, at 1,085 crore versus 170 crore. Next is Awas Finance also reported the earnings. The total net income was up by 36% at 497 crore versus 300 crore. The PAT was up by 1 crore versus 106 crores. Dixon Technologies came up with their earnings and revenues up by 28% at 4,943 crores versus 3,866 crores. The EBITDA was up by 37% at 145 crores, and the EBITDA margin at 4% versus 3.75. The PAT was up by 47% at 130 crores versus 77 crores. Retail Corp also reported their earnings and revenue was up by 28% by 599 crores versus 467 crores. The EBIT was up by 106%, 77 crores by 37 crores. The EBITDA margin stood at 8% to 13%. And was up by 78%, 68 crores versus 39 crores. Karnataka Bank has also approved an allotment of 800 crores on preferential basis to this insurance company like SDFC Life Insurance, Bajaj Life Insurance, Mutual Fund, and Bharti Action Insurance, and Bajaj Allianz at 240 rupees price. So that's it from my end. I'll hand over to Shantanu for Hindi updates.
थैंक यू हितेंद्र एंड गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन. सो शुरू करते हैं आज के हिंदी अपडेट्स के साथ. फर्स्ट अपडेट जो है वो है कोलगेट पाल्मोलिव पे, जो एक पॉजिटिव अपडेट है. कंपनी के जो नंबर्स रजिस्टर्ड किए हैं उसमें 22.3% ईयर ऑन ईयर ग्रोथ दिख रही है प्रॉफिट में, जो कि आ रहा है ₹340 करोड़ के पास, जो सितंबर क्वार्टर है उसके लिए. ओवरऑल जो ग्रोथ था वो ड्रिवन था बाय स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड बेटर देन एक्सपेक्टेड एबिटा मार्जिन जो निकल के आए थे कंपनी से. एट द सेम टाइम जो प्राइसिंग एंड एफिशिएंसीज है उसने भी काफी हेल्प किया था इसके ग्रोथ में। रेवेन्यू की अगर बात करें, स्पेसिफिकली रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस, तो यहाँ पे भी एक 6% की बढ़त देखने मिली है ईयर ऑन ईयर बेसिस पे टू ₹1471 करोड़। कंपनी का जो बोर्ड है उसने डिक्लेयर किया है एक इंटेरियम डिविडेंड ऑफ ₹22 पर शेयर फॉर द करंट फिस्कल। श्रीराम फाइनेंस की अगर बात करें तो यहाँ पे भी नंबर्स काफी पॉजिटिव आए थे। कंपनी ने जो है अपने एनआईएम में एक इम्प्रूवमेंट रिपोर्ट किया है, जो कि बेसिकली इट वाज लेड बाय द राइज इन यील्ड्स एज अगेंस्ट जो स्टेबल कॉस्ट ऑफ फंडिंग था। एयूएम ग्रोथ की अगर बात करें तो यहाँ पे भी एक 19.7% की इम्प्रूवमेंट हुई है ईयर ऑन ईयर बेसिस पे, कंपेयर टू 18.6% जो पिछले साल पिछले क्वार्टर में हमें देखने मिली थी। ओवरऑल जो एयूएम ग्रोथ है वो लीड की थी इनके ग्रोथ इन पैसेंजर व्हीकल्स एंड एमएसएमई सेगमेंट्स ने। मैनेजमेंट का जो रिवाइज गाइडेंस है वो है अराउंड 18 to 20% के पास एज कम्पेयर टू 15% एयूएम ग्रोथ। एसेट क्वालिटी में भी एक इम्प्रूवमेंट देखने मिली है विद GS3 एट 5.8% वर्सेस 6% विच वाज लेड बाय हायर राइट ऑफ्स। एनआईआई में 9% की बढ़त क्वार्टर ऑन क्वार्टर बेसिस पे देखने मिली है, जिसका एक मेजर रीजन था इनके एनआईएम्स का इम्प्रूवमेंट। ओवरऑल हमारा एक बाय रेटिंग रहेगा कंपनी पे विद अ टारगेट प्राइस ऑफ ₹2230। लेमन ट्री होटल्स की अगर बात करें तो यहाँ पे भी एक पॉजिटिव अपडेट निकल के आ रहा है, जहाँ पे कंपनी ने एक लाइसेंस एग्रीमेंट साइन किया है फॉर ए 50 रूम प्रॉपर्टी इन विशाखापट्टनम, जो कि आंध्र प्रदेश में है, अंडर द ब्रांड रेड फॉक्स होटल्स। ये होटल जो है इट इज एक्सपेक्टेड कि ये ऑपरेशनल होगा बाय FY 2026। डिक्सन टेक की अगर बात करें तो अगेन यहाँ पे कंपनी के रिलेटेड एक पॉजिटिव अपडेट है। डिक्सन टेक जो कि एक इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सर्विसेज कंपनी है, उसने एक 47% ईयर ऑन ईयर ग्रोथ इन प्रॉफिट रिपोर्ट किया है एट ₹113 crores फॉर द सितंबर फॉर द जुलाई टू सितंबर पीरियड। रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस की अगर बात करें तो यहाँ पे भी एक 28% का राइस ईयर ऑन ईयर बेसिस पे देखने मिला है टू ₹4,943 crores। एबिटडा में भी एक 37% का राइस देखने मिला है इसी पीरियड में। होम फर्स्ट फाइनेंस कंपनी इंडिया, यहाँ पे भी एक पॉजिटिव अपडेट निकल के आ रहा है। ये जो हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनी है इसने नियरली 37% ईयर ऑन ईयर ग्रोथ दिखाई है इसके प्रॉफिट्स में एट ₹74 crores। डिसबर्समेंट की अगर बात करें तो यहाँ पे भी एक 36.6% ईयर ऑन ईयर की बढ़त देखने मिली है, जो कि निकल के आ रहा है एट ₹959 crores। टोटल इनकम में 47% की ग्रोथ देखने मिली है टू ₹278 crores। इन्फोसिस की अगर बात करें तो इन्फोसिस ने जो है एक 5 ईयर कोलैबोरेशन साइन किया है यूरोप GmbH, जो एक ऑटोमोटिव कंपनी है उसके साथ। इसका जो एम है इट इज टू रिफाइन द डायरेक्ट टू कस्टमर बिजनेस मॉडल इन यूरोप। इस डील के अंडर इन्फोसिस जो है यूरोप GmbH के साथ वर्क करेगी, एंड इनका जो मेजर एम होगा वो होगा टू प्रोवाइड enhanced customer experience, data driven personalization and engagement for the existing model smart one। सोमानी सेरेमिक्स की अगर बात करें तो यहाँ पे भी एक पॉजिटिव अपडेट निकल के आ रहा है, जहाँ पे कंपनी ने एक बायबैक अनाउंस किया अपने शेयर्स का एट ₹850 पर पीस, एंड इट हैज केप्ट असाइड ₹125 crores फॉर द सेम। ये जो एक 4.4% का आउटस्टैंडिंग इक्विटी है एंड 28% प्रीमियम है कल के क्लोजिंग प्राइस के बेसिस पे, विच इज ₹660। हमारा ये मानना है कि ये जो अटेम्प्ट है कंपनी के मैनेजमेंट का, इससे इनको काफी इन्वेस्टर्स का कॉन्फिडेंस मिलेगा। इसी के साथ अगर कुछ मार्केट अपडेट्स की बात करें तो कल के सेशन में अगेन हमने देखा था कि एक सेलिंग प्रेशर मार्केट पे कंटिन्यूड रहा। निफ्टी और बैंक निफ्टी दोनों ने नीचे की तरफ कहीं ना कहीं अपने इंपॉर्टेंट सपोर्ट लेवल्स ब्रेक किए थे। निफ्टी जो है अभी कंफर्टेबली 19,000 के नीचे ट्रेड कर रहा है, जो एक सेलर डोमिनेंस दिखा रहा है। ओवरऑल एक्सपायरी भी जो थी मंथली एक्सपायरी वो काफी बेरिश नोट पे हुई है। आज के सेशन की अगर बात करें तो निफ्टी जो है सिंस इसने 19,000 का लेवल ब्रेक कर दिया है, ये कहीं ना कहीं अपने 200 सिंपल मूविंग एवरेज की तरफ जाता दिख रहा है, जो 18,600 के पास निकल के आ रहा है। सो यहाँ पे थोड़ी सी और रूम ऑन द डाउन साइड एक्सपेक्ट की जा सकती है आने वाले कुछ दिनों में। ट्रेडिंग रेंज जो है निफ्टी का वो भी नीचे की तरफ शिफ्ट हो गया है फ्रॉम 18,500 टू 19,500। इसी के साथ अगर बैंक निफ्टी की बात करें तो बैंक निफ्टी में भी डेली और वीकली स्ट्रक्चर जो है वो थोड़ा सा नेगेटिवली प्लेस्ड है। एक सेल ऑन राइज का स्ट्रक्चर बनता हुआ इंडेक्स में दिख रहा है। आज के सेशन की बात करें तो इंडेक्स अगेन जो है एक बेरिश बायस के साथ ही ट्रेड करना एक्सपेक्टेड है। ओवरऑल कहीं ना कहीं ये भी अपने 200 SMA की तरफ बढ़ता हुआ दिख रहा है, विच इज अराउंड 43,185 लेवल्स। सो एक थोड़ा सा कॉशियस अप्रोच जो है दोनों इंडाइसेस में रहेगा। कल सिंस एक मंथली एक्सपायरी थी तो रोल ओवर डेटा पे एक नजर डाले तो निफ्टी फ्यूचर्स का जो रोल ओवर है वो 83% पे था, एज कम्पेयर टू द प्रीवियस सीरीज जहाँ पे 76% का रोल ओवर देखने मिला था। सो ओवरऑल एक 7% का राइज इस रोल ओवर में देखने मिल रहा है। वहीं अगर बैंक निफ्टी फ्यूचर्स की बात करें तो कल का रोल ओवर जो था वो 79% पे निकल के आया, कंपेयर टू द प्रीवियस सीरीज जहाँ पे 86% का रोल ओवर देखने मिला था। तो यहाँ पे एक 7% का डिक्रीज हमें देखने मिल रहा है। FIIs एंड DIs डेटा की अगर बात करें तो कल के सेशन में अगेन FIIs ने एक हैवी सेलिंग की है ₹7,702.53 की, जबकि DIs ने 6,558.45 की बाइंग की है। कुछ स्टॉक्स जहाँ पे आज के सेशन में एक पॉजिटिव साइड पे नजर रख सकते हैं वो है बेक्टर फूड्स, JSW एनर्जी एंड ट्रेंट। फ्यूचर्स डेटा पे अगर एक नजर डाले तो कुछ स्टॉक्स जहाँ पे कल के सेशन में लॉन्ग बिल्डअप देखने मिला था वो है इंडिया सीमेंट्स, ITC एंड एक्सिस बैंक। जबकि कुछ ऐसे स्टॉक्स जहाँ पे शॉर्ट बिल्डअप देखने मिला था वो है सिंजिन, दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स एंड बैंक निफ्टी में भी एज एन इंडेक्स एक शॉर्ट बिल्डअप कल के सेशन में देखने मिला था। सो दिस वाज ऑल फ्रॉम आवर एंड, थैंक यू फॉर अटेंडिंग द मॉर्निंग कॉन कॉल, हैव अ गुड डे।